Ladies and gentlemen, hope all of you are doing well. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over the 3 main insights that allowed me to help my clients generate over $1 million in revenue for their coaching businesses collectively. Alright, so in this doc, I'll actually show you how to actually build a business that's sustainable, not a job where you spend all day doing outreach and content and all the trash acquisition strategies that everyone is teaching right now. And so just so you guys know that I'm qualified to talk about on this topic, I've helped over 80 different coaches, and these are a few client results that we've been able to help generate. Week there with £6,000 sale. This is equivalent to $8,000 in one sale from one client alone. Also, this isn't a fluke, you can see here, I think in the first week we've worked together, he managed to close over $28,000 and 10K cash collected with these 3 insights that I'm about to show you. Sky, nothing different. He did 14K cash in just a matter of 5 days. This is me actually, just to show you guys that I can do it as well. And then Yusuf, 3K cash in 3 days. Fahad, 2 pips, cash collected, everything. And this is one of our clients that got onboarded, and within a week, we packed out his calendars, just like this. That's what we're really, really good at. And this for Nat right here, we were able to close 20K on the first day of launch and collect $90,000 cash. And yeah, we just implemented a bunch of setters, a bunch of closers, everything. And you can see here, Josh, he joined the community, and within 3 days, he made $4,000 cash collected. Prior to this, he was only doing around 1 to 3K, and he made his average monthly revenue in the span of 3 days just by joining the community and getting our strategies and implementing the insights I'm about to show you. And HK over here, he managed to make $13,000 cash collected in 1 day with the sales reps that we've trained up and everything, okay? So what I want you to understand is that most business owners and coaches will never actually be able to experience what a 200 to 300K per year business feels like because they spend all day working in the business instead of on the business. Now, they fail to understand that hard work alone will get you nowhere if you're rowing on the wrong boat. And 90% of you actually watching this video, you're stuck on this wooden boat. You're doing everything yourself. You're not actually having systems that allow you to have leverage. And today, we're just going to help you get off that wooden boat and build a motor for your business so you can actually live the life that you want. So here's what you can expect. I'm going to go over the exact obstacles you're facing and how to overcome them to make more money. The second thing I'm going to cover is why this exact 2-step funnel in 2024 will be the fastest way to wealth for coaches, consultants, and agency owners. And the third thing, which is the most important, it's the 3 things that you need to implement in order to scale straight away. Now, this is important before we start. This is for coaches and service providers that are charging high ticket but are struggling to get clients consistently and scale past 20, 30K a month. All right. Now, the old model of running a coaching business is doing hundreds of outreaches per day to generate calls, posting reels every single day to nurture the client, signing some clients for a one-time high ticket price of 2 to 4K, and then delivering an average product that sometimes gets client results. And then you throw them some group calls and video modules and you repeat the process. This may work if you have a huge audience, but 90% of you don't, right? 90% of you have a few thousand, maybe not even 10,000 followers. And so if you have an average product like this, you'll never be able to scale up to 20, 30, even 40K a month, all right? The new model that you must implement is you need to outsource the outbounding to a trained, qualified appointment setter. So he's the person that's sourcing the leads and booking the calls. You need to also focus on long-form content that nurtures sophisticated buyers instead of reels. I've told this to every single one of my clients. The biggest misconception in this entire niche and this entire space is that reels will get you clients. Reels will get you the attention, but that won't necessarily lead to the clients. You need long-form assets like YouTube videos to actually nurture them and show your expertise in a way more in-depth video where you're breaking down something just like I'm doing in this video. And then what you want to do is you want to run paid ads to pinpoint your exact target audience to get more people going down your funnel. This ensures that you have enough lead flow going into the funnel so that you consistently get clients, right? If you're relying solely on organic, guess what? Your organic will flop sometimes. You won't get as many views, all right? So what paid ads does is it ensures you get a significant amount of views and a significant amount of your ideal clients looking at your content so that you can bring them down your funnel and eventually sell them in the bottom of funnel that I'm about to go over. Fourth thing is creating a unique mechanism within your offer so you establish yourself as a category of one, okay? This allows you to charge 5 to 10K upfront and increase client lifetime value. And then once we do all that, you want to build MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, and stop completely relying on new clients because so many of you guys have a business where you just sell a one-time package, and once you sell it, you're starting from zero again, and you don't know how to resell that client. You don't know how to increase the LTV of that specific client. And so that's what you actually have to do if you actually want to build a coaching business that you actually enjoy. All right, so the number one obstacle you're facing right now is that your offer probably sucks. And this is probably the last thing that you want to hear. You think your offer is all that and stuff. I'm going to be honest, if you're not getting at least 3 to 5 referrals every single month, your offer is cheeks, all right? That's a key indicator to how good your actual program is. So if that's you, I want you to actually listen up, because you're not to blame. 70% of service providers can't or don't know how to generate results for their clients. You probably know how to do the thing that you're teaching, but you don't know how to transfer the skills over, all right? And so what ends up happening is that most business owners focus all of their efforts on acquiring new clients to make up for that. And so they're doing their best to survive and barely getting by. And here's the cycle that just happens with a lot of coaches. Someone joins them, they aren't impressed, the client gets mediocre results, and they don't refer anyone. And their LTV is only going to be $4,000. And why this is bad is because, first of all, there's no MRR going on in the back end. The LTV is low. If you think $4,000 is high LTV, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. There's no referral system built out, so they don't even feel an incentive to refer others, let alone want to buy the program again, because they just probably regret it, right? And that is the exact reason why you're stuck. The offer sucks. No one is referring anybody. You don't get enough good client results. But I want you to think for a second. Imagine if for every client you signed on, the LTV was $10,000 and 1 referral, right? So this means that, let's say you sign John, and John ends up paying over time $10,000, and he brings in another client for you. He refers someone else to your program. Because your offer was good, you had an MRR model and back-end upsells, right? Just generally think about how much more profit you make and how much more easy it would be to scale your business. And so before you even think about implementing all these acquisition strategies and running all these ads and getting a setter and all that stuff, look at your current clients and ask them, if they knew what they knew now, would they buy your product again? And so I would go to John. Let's say John has been in the program for 4 months, and I'll go to John. You've been in the program for 4 months. Just be completely honest with me so I can understand your situation and make the product better. If you knew what you knew now, would you buy the program again 4 months ago? That is going to give you so much insights, and that's probably going to give you a level of awareness that you probably didn't know before. Because a lot of guys are probably going to say they wouldn't buy it. It's going to hurt your fucking feelings, but that's what you need to hear in order to make the program better, all right? If not, then you need to build a one-off-one offer, and what this allowed me to do is it allowed me to 4.5x my price from 2K to 9K. I went from charging low-ticket deals and selling a commodity that was the same as every single competitor to creating something special and charging a premium price, where my clients actually respected me, my time, and my service. And what this allowed me to do was hire the right people to fulfill the service better than I ever could. And this almost guaranteed results for every single person because they had everything they needed. And so one thing I need you to understand is that yes, 4.5x in your price will increase the profits. But what that will also do is you also attract higher quality clients, and you can deliver a better service because now you can actually spend money into making the fulfillment better. That's ultimately how you run a coaching business. These fancy strategies are great, but they only will work like a charm once you actually dial in the offer. That's what I need you to really, really understand, all right? And these clients that I was attracting, they were actually willing to put in the work and get the desired outcome that they wanted because they paid such a steep price. They wanted to make that money back. Once you dial in your offer and you charge more, then you'll actually face another obstacle, which is not having enough leverage in your business. And that's the second obstacle that we're gonna go through, all right? And so what you need to do is build a business that runs on autopilot, where you can actually spend around 3 to 5 hours per day working on the business and then spending the rest of the time on whatever you want. That's the business you should be striving to build, not the business where you flex 10-hour workdays, sending outreach and just spamming content to all these different people. It's not the type of business we wanna build. Okay? And so instead of focusing on activities that get you one output for every input you put in, you need to redirect your attention and efforts into a model that will spit you 5 outputs for every input that you put in. And so in other terms, you need to work on the business instead of working in the business. And what this means is working in the business is, doing one-on-one messaging with appointment setting and, setting these guys by yourself, outreach, that's working in the business. Working on the business is hiring people to do that for you, training someone up to do that for you, building out systems that just you build once and will nurture all of these leads, building a VSL, running paid ads, that's working on the business. And that's a key concept you must realize if you want to truly scale your coaching business. And what that means is you need to build a funnel in a business that won't burn you out. And so this is the exact funnel you should look to implement into your own business. As you can see, it's a 3-step inbound funnel: paid ads, IG Reels, and YouTube. Now, if you look at this actual funnel, chances are you only have 1 or 2 things in your current business. Maybe you're doing Reels and a bit of YouTube, but you're not doing all 3, right? And if you're doing all 3, you wouldn't be watching this video right now because you'd be past like 50, 100K a month, right? Now, at the top of funnel, what you need to do is you need to run IG follow ads to your specific ideal clients. And how you want to do this is call them out in the actual video and explain their pain points. And so at the top of the funnel, you need to run IG follow ads to your specific ideal clients and attract them to your actual profile. So you call out the market, you call out like, what they're struggling with, and then you show that you've actually helped people like them solve their exact problem. So you go through the case studies and then you have a CTA. You don't even ask them to DM you. You don't ask them to click on a link. You ask them for a follow. That's all you do. And if your funnel is dialed in enough, that means you have the YouTube and the IG reels and the setter, these guys will convert like hotcakes. All right. So that's what I want you to do. And again, you're just asking for a simple follow on IG. And what this will do is bring them through our middle funnel where we actually nurture them through Instagram reels and YouTube videos. This is where people will be sold, right? We don't want to hop on calls with cold audiences where they're skeptical, they don't know if this is for them and all that stuff. And that's why we want to dial in their IG reels and YouTube videos. I recommend posting a reel like maybe once every 3 days. I don't even do that. I post it like once a week, to be honest, because my YouTube does the majority of the heavy lifting. And then you want to post minimum 1 YouTube video a week to go over something specific, whether it's a client interview, whether it's a client case study breakdown, whatever it is, right? You just want to provide value to your specific target audience, but usually that won't cut it and it just isn't enough. So now you have the paid ads, you have the reels and the YouTube videos. We're actually going to go a step further and hire a setter to outreach to all of these new followers. And you kind of see where this is going, right? And so what you want to do is just spark a genuine conversation, find their pain points, and book them in for a call. And so instead of you doing all the heavy lifting, all you want to do is you want to leverage talent and systems that allow you to get better results with less effort. Now, use the extra profit you generated from charging 5 to 10K and pay to get your dream client's attention and for a qualified setter to come in and do the heavy lifting for you. And once you do these two things, that's 80% of the client acquisition funnel solved. You don't need a bullshit webinar funnel. You don't need all these fancy funnels and all that stuff. This is the only thing you need. You need enough eyeballs onto your offer. We do that through paid ads. We need to build trust with the audience. We do that with the middle of funnel where we post IG reels and YouTube videos. And then we need the bottom of funnel, which is where we actually have a setter that reaches out to all of these guys. And the reason why the third part is the key point is because you're establishing contact with them. And so even if they don't book the first time, they'll feel free to reach out whenever they actually encounter a problem, because guess what? You've reached out to them first. They're nurtured by your content. They like your stuff and they trust you way more. That's the key. All right. So implementing this funnel allows you to actually free up your time because, again, you have a system, you have a setter that's just doing it for you. And this allows you to focus on the more important things like creating better content that nurtures your audience and hiring better talent. And ultimately, what I've just went through is how you actually just build a real business. All right, so we're coming to the end of the video, and this is where I give you the action steps and what you should actually implement and take away from this call so you can do it in your coaching business and achieve results. So the 3 things I need you to do today are very, very simple. I need you to write out every single problem your client could potentially face. And next to it, I need you to write out 3 to 5 solutions for each problem you list out. So this is a sheet that I built out when I actually created my consulting mastery offer. And as you can see on the left side, I have the client failure scenario, which is basically every problem that they could potentially face that could stop them from achieving, their dream outcome, which is scaling their coaching business, right? So can't build a really good offer, can't generate enough attention, can't get leads interested in the service. I specified specifically what problems they're struggling with. And then over here, you can see that I provided 3 to 5 solutions to avoid the failure so that they basically have no choice but to succeed. Each and every single client, we basically covered every single possible failure scenario and we have a solution to avoid the failure. And then we came up with the delivery, whether we want to do it done for you, done with you, and consulting. And as you can see, it's kind of a done for you program, even though we don't position it as that because there's just so much that's just already there, right? We just give you all the systems. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to build your own sheet where it looks like this. And this will actually allow you to build a coaching program where you can actually find your unique mechanism and increase your damn prices so that you stop charging these broke prices and working with shitty clients. Because that's ultimately what 90% of you guys are doing. So once you actually make your offer worth 5 to 10K, what you're going to do is you're going to leverage our paid ads to get your dream clients' eyeballs into your offer and funnel. Now, you want to be smart and play on a different playing field than your competitors. You have to realize all of your competitors, they're just doing this organic bullshit. They're posting reels every day, hoping to get viral. They're posting YouTube videos and all that stuff, which is great. But guess what? They're not getting enough dream client eyeballs onto their offer, which is why they're probably stuck where you are as well. And so you need to go on a different playing field and just pay to play. I don't know if you guys have played games in the past, but I absolutely hate when people just pay to win in video games and stuff. And I'm an absolute cheapskate. I would never spend any money on video games. And these guys that would spend $100, $200, they'd always win because they have better attributes, they have better stats, and everything's in their favor. Paid ads is essentially just buying your way to win. Like literally, it's such a cheat code, but people don't realize it. And the moment people start realizing it, that everyone's gonna do it and it's gonna be too saturated. So you need to take advantage of this now. So when you run paid ads and once you have these new followers, you need to post content that actually converts. And so you need to ask yourself this: are you providing game-changing insights to your ideal clients that give them huge perspective shifts? Are they clicking off your videos and thinking this guy knows his shit? Now, if you're not thinking that and you're not providing these game-changing insights, you need to focus more effort and time into your content if you truly want to scale up. Damn, this is a bad typo. But you get the idea, right? And so after we've nurtured these new leads and you dial in your middle of funnel and your paid ads are going well, then you want to hire an appointment setter to actually do the outbounds. And this is the most important aspect. And once you get this, scaling from under 10K to 20, 30, 40, even 50K a month becomes a breeze. It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders. You're allowed to actually just like fly and like finally scale past that point, because you guys have all been stuck doing it yourself, and hiring a setter, implementing these middle of funnel systems, and then also running paid ads is what's going to get you there. All right. So one thing I need you to take away is that you're a lot closer than you think. You just need a few tweaks within your business and it will skyrocket. Especially if you have the right offer. Promise you, you're just a few steps away. All right. So if you actually want more hands-on coaching and more hands-on advice, we actually come in and implement our exact systems that we've implemented with all of these clients that we have over here, then go ahead and book a call down below. The hardest part of this entire funnel is probably the content. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a video right here. I want you to click on this video, and that's going to show you exactly the type of content system you should run to make this entire funnel just super easy. I promise you, content's the hardest part. And so once you guys really figure that out, it's going to be an absolute cheat code. I'll see you guys on that video. Peace.